Today we are looking at the GoTrax Ares here. It's a newer scooter from GoTrax. Really impressive to me. One of the first things you hopefully see is maybe how robust this scooter is. It is a dual motor scooter. We got dual 500 watt motors, so 500 watt motor front and rear. We also have full suspension. We have springs, dual springs on the front. We have a single spring that looks like, yes, it's an adjustable spring here on the back. The dimensions on the decks, the height clearance, and all the dimensions will be down in the description if you want that detail. You can see here this blue lights are on all the time. They're like a running light, which I think is really nice for visibility as you're commuting across town, which I am. I stopped at the Rose Garden here on the way to near the California Capitol. So we got mechanical disc brakes here, which they work just fine. It doesn't have the most stopping power because we have a little smallish rotors. We have 120 millimeter rotors on this particular scooter. And like I mentioned, this does have it's dual motor scooter, but it's a 36 volt system. So we got a 36 volt and I think it's 16 amp hour battery. So big capacity battery in the deck of this scooter. For claimed range is I think up to 37 miles. I'm going to put some data on the screen right now for the acceleration, braking, hill climbing stuff. And it does not meet those range claims. I'm just telling you right now. It's a fairly thirsty scooter with the dual motors when you're riding it in dual motor mode, which I do recommend. As I said, those acceleration stats aren't really that punchy. And if you're riding around town, you really need a little more acceleration off the line that's going to come out of that dual motors. A little more detail around the deck here. This is a clip that the handlebar right here clips into in the folded position. Very nice and robust, works very well. And this deck system where you can open the deck to take the battery out has a little combo lock, so you can lock in so nobody could in theory just open up and take your battery in here. And like I said, it is a 36 volt 16 amp hour setup. We got a single one-piece stem here on the handlebars. Nicely laid out controls though. We got locking grips. We got an integrated bell, very easy to understand keypad. Nice LED display, throttle over on the right, and dual brakes both with cutoffs. Very solid, no adjustability in it. Again, that stat will be down in the description if you're curious. We got 10-inch tubeless tires, so you have that extra durability of a tubeless tire. Like I mentioned in the unboxing, some of the impressive things to me were like this particular fender has a Higo connector. I'm not sure if I can see it now. Yeah, right here. For easy replaceability. So it appears to me that they built this scooter with some maintenance and replaceability in mind. On the road it's very quiet. The only real noise you get is from the hum of these kind of knobby-ish tires. And I did do some off-roading and it did gravel fairly well. I think the GoTrax head badge is kind of fun on this particular model. Folding is very easy. Probably should have done that, but you know, it happens. Pops back in. Really nice positive click there on the fold mechanism. Hopefully didn't damage anything when that thing slammed down there. But the deck is, like I said, I mentioned there'll be dimensions on the deck, but it is a little on the short side. So you definitely end up using this, I do. And of course this has a no step here, so it looks like there's a footprint on there, so bad Electron surfer, I guess. But yeah, let's go ride this thing. I'm getting ready to do a hill climb here on the GoTrax Ares. Show you one of my favorite things about the scooter. If you can see here, this is a battery. I loaded this up into my car separately. So, nice little handle on it. Has a battery meter on the battery itself, which is a charge port USB-C. I don't know if you can charge out from that. That'd be kind of cool. And a place where you actually can charge it on the charger right there on the battery. This goes in really simply. Just flip the handle up out of the way. It's got this little tab here that helps it snap very securely into place. So then you rotate that little lever back, holds that in place, and you're good to go. Sit down your locks, combo them in, ready to roll. Doesn't take much time at all. Right off the charger, when this has full charge, it's a totally different scooter. It really performs differently than when it loses a little bit of charge, and so that's because it's 36 volts.
If they would have went up to 48 volts, I think this would be just a dynamite scooter. We don't really have any electronic braking there. I'm not sure if there's a setting I didn't check out. All right, this is a banister hill climb. I do this with every scooter. I'll compare it to a few on a graph right now. 3, 2, 1. Again, the very gradual takeoff, but I feel like this should pull really nicely up the hill. I'm gonna let this kind of coast. See what my cup turn, I had to hit the brake. It's a very stable scooter, but gets outside of my comfort level there. One of the most interesting things is how the speed brakes when you're dual motor mode are the same. So here we're holding here in speed limit 1. The thing you can do on this scooter is kind of fun. So I'm hitting here, I'm floored out in sys level 1, right? When it straightens out here, I'm gonna just bump it up to 2 and see your speed just starts bumping up. That's kind of fun. So we got 20, but nice little, like the way this pulls and rides above 20 miles per hour is really nice. And then 3, I'm gonna give you a top speed run right here. I think it does hit 28. I mean, definitely feels like we're moving. And I'm doing this because it's in the middle of the day and I know there's nobody out here. This scooter does have really nice ride quality, especially at my weight of 79 kilograms. I do like how it pulls, especially at 20 miles per hour if you just want to speed up a little bit. Just curious how well this is going to do down some gravel stuff. It's a little more jarring. Traction's not bad. I think that's really due to the wheel size. Smaller diameter tires just aren't really your friend, to be honest, with a lot of this stuff. Oh. So I went 2 miles. This is the point where the voltage has dropped enough that I start to notice a performance decrease. So that's, you just have to know that's coming. One of the most interesting things to me that GoTrax did on this scooter is that the speed limits are, like I said, the caps are the same in either single motor mode or dual motor mode, which I'm actually cool with. I like that. The most interesting thing to me is between the speed levels, as you increase, your amount of usable power increases. So here I'm going to demonstrate this up in some loose gravel. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm in loose gravel here. I'm just tootling along at a couple miles an hour. See, that was a very delayed, or is this level 1? I'm gonna go back down to 5 miles per hour. I'm hit it here. Hopefully you heard that there was starting to be a little bit of tire chirping. It's not like extreme or anything. And now we're in speed limit 3 with not as much loose gravel here, but I'm gonna hit it here. Okay, that wasn't a good example. This should be a good example right here. So you probably heard the tires. So what that is that we have different acceleration profiles in those settings, which I think is really cool. So that way when you're on a trail, you can put in assist level 1 like I had it. Your acceleration is a little dialed back, so you're not going to get the wheel spin, but you still have the traction from the dual motor. So I think it's a really clever way to set up your controls, and I think that's other manufacturers I think should really take a cue from GoTrax and not to just have your speed limits be this speed cap only, when there's so much more you can do with that, different speed levels or assist levels or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I got brain jello going. It is really nice and quiet, you know. I'm gonna go pick up the speed here through these trees. Oh, this is nice. This is fun, right? This kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I used to ride as a kid. Yeah, so the downside of these smaller motors is you're getting tons of output, but the plus side is you have damn near silence. I'm not going to kid you though. I think you should concentrate on being on the path. These small tires, it's just not really the forte of this size of tire vehicle. So I'm coming up the hill. I did the hill climb, and I'm going to hold this at 20 if there's nobody on the hill. See what happens here. See if it just stays right there. It dropped a bit. All right, you see we're over by the river. We went probably a good half mile at least on this gravel trail here. Yeah, I got my hands are a little tingly. It does pretty well, really. It does better on the, definitely on the nicer ground. You can see that dust is, oh man, I really did myself a disservice. I'm going to clean this thing up. Wasn't the smartest thing in the world, but did it for you there, YouTubies, whatever that is. So the GoTrax Ares, it's a really, I think, a nice offering from GoTrax that's, for me, from what I've seen, a real bump up in quality. Now, it's not without its downsides. It's a 65-pound scooter with 36 volts, even though you have dual motors. So, like I was just saying, as you start to drop in voltage, your performance really starts to drop. But, for the first mile or two off the charger, when the voltage is still pretty high, this thing's a real kick. Has nice smooth response. It pulls well without being overpowering. So it could be a good option, like I said, for heavier riders that do some hill climbing or need some hill climbing ability. Or maybe just you like the idea of having some speed, but you don't need a ton of acceleration. So I don't know. It looks good. It's solid. Handling is nice. I like the handlebars. I like a lot of things about this. So yeah, hope this helps you out. Leave some comments down below, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. And you're going to see me continue to ride.